I think again once more trying is waste of time. I think it's not connecting. What is the reason? I don't know.
प्रभु जी शट डाउन करके फिर से रीस्टार्ट करेंगे तो
कंप्यूटर को
हाँ कभी कभी वो कभी कीपैड भी नहीं चलता तो रीस्टार्ट करेंगे तो शुरू हो जाता है
थोड़ा
वैसे ही कुछ इफ आपके पास टाइम होगा तो सॉरी
टाइम अब क्लास का हो गया है, लेट हो जाएगा। क्या समस्या है कुछ मालूम नहीं, कुछ भी कभी होता रहता है। ओके। कृष्ण गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So dear devotees, we are continuing our study of Bhakti Vedanta 10th Canto, Chapter 5, the meeting of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. So here is the small summary given by Srila Prabhupada. As described in this chapter, Nanda Maharaj very gorgeously performed a birth ceremony for his newly born child. That's called Nanda Utsav. Then he went to Kansa to pay taxes due and met his intimate friend Vasudeva. There was a great jubilation all over Vrindavan due to Krishna's birth. Everyone was overwhelmed with joy. Therefore, Therefore, the king of Vraja, Maharaj Nand, wanted to perform a birth ceremony of his child, and this he held. During this great festival, Nanda Maharaj gave in charity to all the present whatever they desired. After the festival, Nanda Maharaj put the cowherd man in charge of protecting Gokul, and then he went to Mathura to pay official taxes to Kansa. In Mathura, Nanda Maharaj met Vasudeva. Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva were brothers, and Vasudeva praised Nanda Maharaj's good fortune because he knew that Krishna had accepted Nanda Maharaj as his father. When the Vasudeva inquired from Nanda Maharaj about the welfare of child, Nanda Maharaj informed him all about Vrindavan, and Vasudeva was very much satisfied by this. Although he expressed his grief because of Devaki's Nanda expressed his grief. Why? Because many children of Devaki and Vasudeva had been killed by Kansa. Nanda Maharaj consoled Vasudeva by saying that everything happens according to destiny, and then one who knows this is not aggrieved. Expecting many disturbances in Gokul, Vasudeva then advised Nanda Maharaj not to wait in Mathura, but to return to Vrindavan as soon as possible. Thus Nanda Maharaj took leave of the Vasudeva and returned to Vrindavan with the other cowherd men on their bullock carts. Now this section from verse number 1 to 18. This is called birth ceremony of Krishna by Nanda Maharaj. And another name for this is Nanda Utsava. So Maharaj, and these 18 verses are just like the whole conclusion of 18 Puranas. This is some extraordinary description. So we are reading the first two verses. Sri Shukovacha, Nandastu Atmaja Utpane. Nandastu, this word to, which means but, is being described by Srila Prabhupada and all other acharyas with a significance. What is the significance of this tu? That we have to notice. Atmaja means, ja means born, atma means from oneself. It means Krishna was born to Nanda Maharaj. Utpane means appeared. Jat ahlado. Jat ahlado means there was a, it's not that the some son is born or baby is born. It is the ahlad, the great jubilation, is the happiness appeared. Anand appeared, Nanda ki anand bhayo. Ahlad. Mahamanaha, and this is the glorification of Nanda Maharaj, that he is Mahamana, which means broad-minded, which means very charitable, and the other meanings of Mahamana we will come across in purports by the acharyas. Mahamana. Ayuha Vipran Veda Gyaan. Ayuha Vipran, he called the learned Brahmanas who were well versed in Vedas. Snata Suchi Alankritaha. And then he purified the baby with bathing ceremony and with dressing and ornaments. Vachitva means he made them to recite. Swastiayanam means the special hymns for invoking auspiciousness. Swasti. Swasti ayanam, Srila Prabhupada says, Swasti ayanam means Vedic mantras, Swasti and Vedic mantra by the Brahmins for invoking auspiciousness. And then there is a word Jata Karma Atama. Again, Atama Jasya Vai. Jata Karma means a special ritual or sanskar of cutting the umbilical cord by which the baby is connected to the mother is called Jatkaram. Atmaja means of his son. Karyayam asa vidhivat. Karyayam means he made somebody to organize this and oversee this. Why? Because he was extremely in ecstasy, very jubilant and stunned to get this news. So he arranged, because he was king, he arranged this to be done vidhivat, means according to the rules and regulation. And also he did Pitra. Pitra means forefather. Deva means the other demigods. Archanam, which means worship, tatha, as well as. So Srila Prabhupada writes, Sukdev Goswami said, Nanda Maharaj was naturally very magnanimous Mahamana. And when Lord Sri Krishna appeared as his son, Atmaja Utpane, he was overwhelmed by jubilation, ahlad. Therefore, after bathing and purifying himself means Nanda Maharaj, and dressing himself properly, he invited Brahmins who knew how to recite Vedic mantra, Swastiyanam. After having these qualified Brahmins recite auspicious Vedic mantra, he arranged to have the Vedic birth ceremony celebration for his newborn child, according to the rules and regulation, and he also arranged for worship of demigods and forefathers. Srila Prabhupada is starting with the first word. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has discussed the significance of word nandastu. So the word tu is important. The word tu, he says, is not used to fulfill the sentence, because without tu the sentence is complete. Therefore the word tu used for a different purpose. Although Krishna appeared as the son of Devaki, Devaki and Vasudeva did not enjoy the jata karma, the festival of birth ceremony. Instead, this ceremony was enjoyed by Nanda Maharaj. As stated here, Nanda to atmaja utpane jata ahlado mahamana. So when Nanda Maharaj met Vasudeva, Vasudeva could not disclose what your son Krishna is actually my son. He did not say this. You are his father in a different way, spiritually. He did not say this. Because of fear of Kansa, Vasudeva could not observe the festival for Krishna's birth. Nanda Maharaj, however, took full advantage of this opportunity. Now, the next line. Jata Karma ceremony can take place when the umbilical cord connecting the child to the placenta is cut. Okay. However, since Krishna was brought by Vasudeva to the house of Nanda Maharaj, where was the chance for this to happen? In this regard, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur desires to prove with evidence from many shastras that Krishna actually took birth as the son of Yashoda before the birth of Yogamaya, who is therefore described as Lord's younger sister. Even though there was no doubt about the cutting of umbilical cord, and even though it was possible that this was not done when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, such events are regarded as factual. Krishna appeared as Krishna appeared as Varahadev from the nostril of Brahma, and therefore Brahma is described as the father of Varahadev. Also significant are the words Karyam as vidhivat. Being overwhelmed with the jubilation over the birth of his son, Nanda Maharaj did not see whether, thus he performed ceremony very gorgeously. According to the opinion of some authorities, Krishna was actually born as. In any case, without regard for material understanding, we can accept Nanda Maharaj's celebration for birth was proper. This ceremony is therefore known everywhere as Nanda Utsav. Now here's Chakrapartipad writes, this chapter describes festival at Krishna's birth, number 1, one section, 19 verses. Then going to the Mathura to pay taxes and conversation between Nanda and Vasudeva, second section. Although Vasudeva was completely overjoyed over the birth of his son due to fear of Kansa, he could not celebrate the birth in Mathura with the Jata Karma ceremony, cutting of the umbilical cord. Nandastu Atmaja, the birth of Nanda's son. But tu, when Nanda's son was born, he joyfully celebrated the birth with the Swasti Vachan and other auspicious ceremonies. The use of the word tu indicates the difference in the birth celebration, but it also indicates that Krishna was born in Nanda's house as well as in Mathura. Nanda's house and as well as in Mathura. This proof is established in Harivansh. In the 8th month, on the 8th Tithi, which means day, before the pregnancy was complete, both Devaki and Yashoda gave birth at the same time. The word tu is not used merely to complete the meter of the shlok, because the meaning of the sentence is complete without the word tu. Nor should it be argued that you is a meaningless word. This tu is not meaningless word. The natural conclusion is that the word tu means that Krishna was born from Yashoda's womb as son of Nanda. The Jatkaram ceremony takes place only after cutting the umbilical cord. How could there be a child born with umbilical cord already cut? Which should be the case if Krishna was Vasudev's child. What it means is, when he was born through Devaki, he cannot be brought to Gokul with umbilical cord. There must be cut umbilical cord. So again, there is no need to cut the umbilical cord. Therefore, Jatkaram Sanskar performed by Nanda means he has the son born. The fact that Krishna is actually son of Yashoda is mentioned in many shastras. Therefore, it should not be claimed that these statements do not represent the real meaning of the words in this verse. For example, in chapter 4, these are the quotation for you who really want to, argue somewhere about the Krishna born to Yashoda. Chapter 4, verse number 9, Srimad Bhagavatam, Maya Devi is mentioned, Krishna's younger sister, because she was born to Yashoda after him. In chapter 8, which is upcoming, verse 34, Garga Muni tells Nanda Maharaj when he's doing the name-giving ceremony that previously Nanda's son was born in Vasudev's house. In chapter 14, verse number 1, Brahma is speaking that Krishna was born from the limb of Nanda, which Pashupa Angaja. Angaja means from limbs. Beside the Srimad Bhagavatam, other scripture address Krishna as the son of coward woman. In the Gautamya Tantra, Krishna is called Yashodanandan, the son of Yashoda. Karma Deepika refers to Krishna as the son of cowherd named Nanda. Nanda Gopa Tanya, Tanya means son. Poetic works describe Krishna as son of Nanda, Nandaputra. One may argue that these names and the other such Nandanandan, Subal Gopi Kant are merely expression of prem, indicating Krishna's dear submission to Nanda Maharaj. They do not prove that Krishna is the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. There are also names such as Vasudevanandan, Arjun Sakha, Rukmani Kant, which express prem mixed with the Aishwarya majesty. These terms are used simply to express different degrees of love. Otherwise, Varahadev should be well known as son of Brahma. We don't say like that. Parikshat should be known as son of Uttara because he entered. Parikshat is the son of Uttara, but Krishna should be known as son of Uttara because he entered the womb of Uttara. Thus, Krishna was different names according to the mood of the love of his devotees. Therefore, Nanda and Yashoda referring to Krishna as Yashoda Nandan does not indicate that they believe Krishna is their son. One cannot say, however, that Nanda and Yashoda's thinking of Krishna as their son out of love alone give rise to these names, because such thinking cannot overpower the actual facts. It cannot be that causeless prem is caused simply by casual thinking of things which are not true. If one thinks of Bhagavan Sri Krishna as an ordinary jiva, that does not make the Lord a jiva. and speaking what appears to be false, as in the pastime Krishna denying his eating of earth, can give rise to the highest truth for the devotee. The fact that Krishna had millions of universes in his mouth, Krishna's words, though apparently lie, actually becomes highest truth. This is most praiseworthy, worshipable love, inspiring for the spiritualist. Jat Ahlado, overwhelmed in jubilation. Joy also took birth out of birth of child. Oh, because of the birth of child, joy appeared. Ahlad means joy. This world is literary ornament of metaphor. Nanda had others perform Krishna birth ritual because he was unable to do so due to being overwhelmed with joy over the birth of his son. Here, Laghu Bhagavad Toshani, Jiva Goswami writes Krishna Sandrava, he was absorbed in Krishna, Mahamana. So one meaning of Mahamana is completely absorbed in Krishna. His mind was absorbed in Krishna. This is one meaning of Mahamana. But now he was his son. He was overjoyed. Previously it was said, Avesha Ansa Bhagena Mana. The Lord entered the Vasudeva's mind with all portions. In a similar manner, Nanda became overcome with his special bhava. He had others do the ceremony since he was stunned with bliss. Laghu Vaishna Toshani. This verse illustrates how Nanda's name really means, what Nanda's name really means. He who gives joy to the universe. This is the meaning of Nanda. The word tu indicates that the fortune of Nanda with his pure parental affection was superior to that of Vasudeva with a conception of Krishna's power. This description continues till verse 19. Parikshit also praises him in 2 verses. Same thing Parikshit will say this in almost chapter 8. These are the verses from chapter 8 of Bhagvatam, which Parikshit Maharaj is speaking about Nand and Yashoda. O learned Brahman, Mother Yashoda's breast milk was sucked by the Supreme Lord. What past auspicious activities did she and Nanda Maharaj perform to achieve such perfection in ecstatic love? The other one, although Krishna was so pleased with Vasudeva and Devaki that he descended as their son, they could not enjoy Krishna's magnanimous childhood pastime, which are so great that simply chanting about them vanquishes the contamination of material world. Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, however, enjoyed these pastimes fully, and therefore their position is always better than that of Vasudeva and Devaki. 10, 8, 46, 47. The word Atma with Utpane, Atmaja and Utpane can only means born as his son. The word must be connected sensibly as with the word Nil Utpala, blue lotus. Other meanings cannot be given. This is the verse already. Thus the Supreme Lord, who is super soul of all living entities, who vanquishes all fear of his devotees, enter the mind of Vasudeva in full opulence. The next verse, we have already done this verse. Thereafter, after accompanied by plenary expansion, he entered in the from the mind of Vasudeva to the Devaki we have discussed. In this manner, he appeared in Nanda and Yashoda as well. For the Lord to appear as the highest goal, complete absorption in Lord is necessary with intense prem, as the following quotation illustrates. The meaning of this scripture is revealed to the person who has devotion to Guru as much as he has devotion to the Lord. And the next verse also quoted. Bhakti brings one to the Lord and shows Lord. Brahma Sutra. Commentary by Madhva. Mathur Shruti. This is shown in Narad's previous life and histories of Dhruva and Prahlad. Bhaktya aham ekaya griha. Only by bhakti with full faith can the devotee obtain me. According to the Kratu Nyaya, what one thinks one becomes. Similarly, Gita says, Ye yathamam prapadyanti tansate bhajamyam. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Thus, a particular manifestation of Lord will depends upon a particular type of worship. Nanda and Yashoda's particular type of bhakti will be described in Brahma's praise later. Nanda is described as Mahamana, one whose mind was in Krishna to an extreme degree. This is the one meaning of Mahamana. Broad-minded, and the second meaning is one whose mind is completely absorbed to the extreme degree in Krishna. Or it can mean one whose mind fully capable of meditating on Krishna. It is said, Yasyas Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana. According to this statement, Nanda's absorption in Krishna was his main quality, and all other qualities like generosity were included in it. The description also represents the nature of Yashoda. O learned Brahma, Mother Yashoda's breast was sucked by the Supreme Lord. What past auspicious activity did she and Nanda Maharaj perform? This is Sukadev's, this is Parikshit saying. The word being born describe an external appearance. The Lord is never born like a material person. This aspect was the same in both couple, but there's a difference in this, in his appearance as their son. He appeared to Nand and Yashoda in the form of their son, but he did not appear in this manner to Vasudeva and Devaki. That was suitable because Nand and Yashoda's love was pure paternal affection and was very strong. That is indicated by the word tu in the present verse. Later also it will be shown, however, Vasudeva and Devaki were covered by knowledge of Lord's greatness. This is revealed in their previous statement. I know you directly as a Supreme Person. This is Vasudeva told in 3rd chapter, verse 13. Person beyond material concept, existent as the impersonal Brahma, as Paramatma and Bhagavan. So, this, you can, these all quotations again there. You can relish all these things. I will just tell you something and then we'll continue further. There's a lot more said here. So what I can say is, generally in a mood of Brajavasis, it is said that though Nanda Maharaj was a middle son of Parajanya Maharaj, but the elder Upananda, though he was elder to be the next king, but he said, I will assist Nanda because he is qualified to be the king. So Nanda Maharaj became king of Gokul. And the other brothers were assisting him. Then he married the daughter of Sumukha Gop. Su means beautiful, Mukha means face. Sumukha Gop. And her name was Devaki, and also because she was giving glories to others, she was called Yashoda. The 5 brothers have one also sister. Nanda Baba has one sister, Sunanda. So Nanda has everything, but he was growing old, but he has no child. So there are 2 versions which we have. One is Nanda observed the Ekadashi for 1 year, And then when he was completing the 1 year fasting Vrtan Dwadashi, then the Purnamasi came there and she said, now Nanda, you will be blessed with a son. And everybody said, you are welcome. You stay here. We build for you the thatch roof, and we are happy that you gave a good news. And the other version is that Nanda Baba used to go every day early in the morning to the Yamuna for taking bath. And once while he was coming back to his own Nanda Mahal in Gokul, the Brahmins of Gokul at that time was sitting outside of their houses and brushing their teeth. Nanda Baba, as a gentleman, respectful to Brahman, he took out his shoes and bowed down to the Brahmins, and all the Brahmins in unison said, Putravan Bhava Nanda, oh Nanda, you get a son. This just came from there. Spontaneously, this blessing came. Nanda Maharaj laughed and he said, Brahmins, please give blessing that is possible. Now, how can I have a son in this age? Brahman said, when something is spoken by Supreme Lord from within, without our intention, it must be true. Anyway, Nanda went back to his house and worshipped his Salangram Shilla. And these all Brahmins, after taking bath, went to Sandalya Rishi. And they told to Sandalya Rishi, somehow we blessed Nanda Baba with this blessing. What can we do now? He says, so you are the Brahman of Dwapar Yuga. What you said, Krishna will say, Supreme Lord will definitely fulfill. Let Nanda Maharaj perform a great yajna with 18 syllables Gopal mantra, which most of the Brahman, which those who are Brahmanically initiated, they are chanting this mantra, Gopal mantra, Krishna, something like that. Gopi Jan Vallabha, this is the mantra. And this should be 10 million times the chanting, and the 1/10 of that should be the yajna. And Nanda Baba, when he was told about that, he was very happy, and he has everything in abundance. He arranged a big yajna, Gopal mantra was chanted, and when the last day, when the yajna was about to be complete, a blue light appeared from the sky, and everybody was watching it, entered into the heart of Yashoda. Everybody saw that, and from heart of Yashoda, this just transferred, as it happened with the Vasudeva, into the heart of Mother Yashoda. And then Yashoda was considered, she is now expecting a baby. And when it was 8th month, the message was sent to the Nanda Baba's sister Sunanda to come and make the all arrangement for the delivery. And she brought the nurse, and everything was in a process. So these are the stories connected with that Nanda Baba, the Krishna was also born directly to Nanda Baba. And this is also proved by our acharyas. So these are the different versions of Krishna born to Nanda and Yashoda. And this Nanda and Yashoda Krishna, his only business is to preach Rag Anuga Bhakti. Rag Marg Bhakti. Marg means path. And for that, he always bring along with him all his eternal associate from Golok Dham. And those who bring with him, they are a Rag Atmaka Bhakt. And he performs pastime with those devotees who he brings with him. And those who are really interested in loving Krishna with a Rag marg or path has to follow the eternal associate of Krishna of Golok Vrindavan. Krishna says, so many people are worshipping me with wonderful Vedic hymns. I am not really that much satisfied as I am pleased when my friends in equal, that's the equality between friends is called praniya bhava. And they said, oh, what's the difference between me and you? We are same. I am very pleased when my mother and father, they find some fault in me and when chastise, I feel more pleasure than Vedic hymns chanted by the qualified brahmanas. And when my loving gopis, when they reproach me, when they have a sulky mood, that give me more pleasure than any ritual. So I have come, Krishna as Nandanandan, Yashoda Nandan, to teach this devotional service. This should not be told to anybody else. It's very secret. This is the purpose of appearing Krishna as son of Nanda and Yashoda, to open the university of love of God, Krishna Prem, which is not taught in any other school or college or university. So we are going to the verse number 3. What did Nand Baba do? Dhenunam yute pradada viprebhyo salankrite tiladrin saptah ratan auga shatakauma satakaumba kumbha ambaravratam. Dhenunam means cows, Nyuta means 2 million. Pradada he gave in charity. How, what type of cow? To whom? Viprebhyo, to the Brahmins. Samal alankarta means he put the gold on the horns and silver on the hooves and the pearls in the tail, and put a beautiful silken cloth on the back with a newly born baby calf and a golden pot for milking with every cow. So alankrita means he with all decoration with jewels. And til adri means mountain, and til means sesame seed, and sapt means 7. With ratanoga means inside those there were jewels put. And then the word is Satta Kumbha Ambar Avartam, covered with the jewel and cloth embroidered with gold. So the verse says, Nanda Maharaj gave 2 million cows completely decorated with cloth and jewels in charity to the Brahmins. He also gave them 7 hills of grain. Tilla means sesame seed, very auspicious, covered with the jewel and with the cloth decorated with golden embroidery. Chakravarti Pad writes, Til Adrim, mountain of sesame seed. Bhavishya Uttar Puran described this as follows. First class Til Adri is 10 drones. Second class is 5 drones. Third class is 3 drones. So 255 palla make 1 drone, and 4 tolas make 1 pal. Thus, in 1 drone there are 1024 tola, and 80 tola, how many? 80 tola makes 1 kilogram. It means how many kilogram? Almost you said 10 clothes is one drone, and then if there are 10 drones, it means 100 kilo. First class is more than 100, 101 kilo something. These are the sesame seed, and hidden inside is a confidential gift, which are the jewels, Ratan Ogaha. Ayut means Nyuta means a million. So this is 2 million cows he gave. Lagu Vaishnav said Nyuta, the same thing, 2 million cows is same thing. And then he says how it looks like. This will be explained in the 12th chapter. Kshira Swami come from this. Swami, Kshir Swami come from this in his commentary. The 2 million cows were decorated with silver hooves and golden horns. The amount of the sesame is described in Bhavishuttar, just we discussed. The best mountain of sesame is 10 drone. Right, we discussed this. Concerning grains, it is said, putting the divine mountain in front, and one should establish mountain ranging in 4 parts in the 4 directions, covered with the flower and sandalwood. 4 mountains are Mahendra mountain and other mountains. Meru mountain of rice in the middle should be decorated with 3 gold trees. In the east should be pearls and diamonds, and then south should be Gomedha, garnet and yellow safari. In the west should be emerald and safaris, and in the south should be cat's eye, gem and rubies. There also should be deity of Vishnu, like a sun made of gold. So these are the what Nand Baba gave. There should be a white cloth in the east, black cloth in the south, multicolored cloth in the west, and deep red cloth in the north. Okay. Harivansh Puran has also some description. You can refer this. Very lengthy description. Gopal Champu, verse number 4. This is a principle, verse with a principle. Kalena snana sauchabhyam sanskaras tapasyajyaha shuddhyanti dana santushtya dravyani atma vidyaya. Meaning is this, O king, by the passing of the time, land and other material possessions are purified. By bathing, the body is purified. And by being cleansed, unclean things are purified. By purificatory ceremonies, birth is purified. By austerities, the senses are purified. And by worship, the charity offered to the Brahmana, material possessions are purified. By satisfaction, the mind is purified, and by self-realization, the Krishna consciousness, the soul is purified. Srila Prabhupada writes, these are the shastric injections concerning how one can purify everything according to the Vedic civilization. Unless purified, anything we use will infect us with contamination. In India, 5,000 years ago, even in the villages such as that of Nanda Maharaj, people knew how to purify things, and thus they enjoyed even material life without contamination. Chakravarti Pad writes, the traditional method of purification of the newborn child are there listed using the literary device of Deepak Alankar, listing many things to make an idea clear. The idea is how the birth is purified, but then there are many examples are given. Articles are purified time by time, and other means. The time purify roads means path, land, and bathing ghat also time purify the bathing ghats of the rivers. Bathing purifies the body. Scrubbing purifies things touched by contaminating substances. Vedic sanskaras, 10 sanskaras, 16 sanskaras, purify birth. Here is Jat Karma sanskar. Austerity purify the senses. Yagna purify Brahman. Charity purify wealth. Satisfaction purify mind. And self-realization purifies soul. And if Nanda was stunned with bliss, why did he not wait some time to do these activities? The answer is, he did this because of his prem for his son, his love for his son. What is the love for? For purification of the child. The intention of the verse is to show the necessity of purifying the birth. Sridhar Swami explained the verse. The examples such as earth are given to show purification of birth in the similar manner as the item mentioned in this verse. Sometimes the word yatha and tatha are seen. Or just as the item are purified by different methods, Atma is purified by Atma Gyaan or by devotion to the Lord and by no other means. Soul can only be purified by devotion to Krishna. The Atma is distinguished from the other items in this interpretation. But the whole world is immediately purified by the appearance of the Swayam Bhagavan, Parabrahm in human form. Therefore, out of highest love for Krishna, Prem, he performed these ceremonies. This will give greatest happiness to all others similar to me. Okay, in verse number 5. Saumangalya giro vipraha sudamagada gaya kaha chagurne dor bherya dumdubhyo mo. The Brahman recited auspicious Vedic hymns which purify the environment by their vibration. The expert in reciting old histories like the Puranas, they are Suta. The expert in reciting the history of royal families, they are Magad. And the general reciter, they are Vandi. Chanted while singers sang and many kinds of musical instruments like bheris, dumdubis played in accompaniment. Chakravarti Pad writes, Sumangalya Giroho, most auspicious singing. Brahman, who had the power to invoke auspiciousness, gave blessing. Sutas and others sang. A Suta is professional reciter of old histories, Puranas. The Magad praises histories of the royal dynasties. And the Vandi sings prayers according to the situation. So this is what is Suta, what is Magad, and what is Vandi B. Okay, verse number 6. Vrajjaha sumrishtaha samsiktaha dwara jira grahantaraha chitra dhvaja pataka sarkah chaila palvatoranai. Virjapura, the whole Brij, 84 crores. दरवाजा खुला है हरे कृष्णा ओ बंद है ओ होल्ड प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी
Recording stopped.
मैं उनको कह गया था कि ओ कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। ओह, मैंने उनको कहा था लाख को खुला रख के जाओ। ये क्या डाल के गया है देखिए।
ये कुछ नहीं है, ये लिखता है।
हाँ?
ये लिखता है अगर आप यहाँ ठहरोगे तो हमारे पास रूम नहीं है। 17 तारीख का बुकिंग है ना अपना।
इसके जब मेरी क्लास चल रही है अभी।
अच्छा,
मैं अभी लूंगा नहीं, थोड़ी
नहीं मैं बर्तन में डाल के ले जाता हूँ। कोई है क्या पात्र?
है पड़ा हुआ कुछ प्लेट वेट। वो आएगा तब कुछ ले आएगा ना खाने का।
तो हम सो जाते हैं।
या एक प्लेट में रख दी थोड़ा सा। ओह कृष्णा, आप नहीं गए क्या?
नहीं, मैं लिया हूँ। मैं एक कप भर के दे चला देता हूँ।
हाँ, थोड़ा रख दी।
धो देता हूँ।
गुप्ता जी,
वो वही है।
चलो मैं क्लास चालू रखता हूँ। ओह कृष्णा, थोड़ा सा रख लीजिए।
और कल भी खाना जाएगा।
आई कृष्णा, कंटिन्यू, हरि बोल।
Recording in progress.
So, Vrajapura, the resident of Nanda Maharaj, not only resident, but the whole bridge was fully decorated with varieties of the festoons and flags. And in different places, gates were made with the varieties of the flower garlands, pieces of cloth, and mango leaves. Three type of gates: flower gates, cloth gate, and mango leaves gate. The courtyard, the gates near the roads, and everything within the rooms of the house were perfectly swept and washed with water. Chakravarti Padra's doors, yards, and interior of the house of Vraj. Houses of the Vraj were first scrubbed and then sprinkled with sandalwood and flower-scented water. The doors were decorated with colorful flags. Three types of gates made from garland, cloth, and leaves. Almost same thing. Verse. Now who came to receive Krishna? First cows came. Gavo varsha vatsaraha haridraha taila rushitaha vichitra dhatoho brasaraga vatsaraha kanchana malinaha. The cows, the bulls, and the calves were thoroughly smeared with mixture of the turmeric and oil, mixed with varieties of the minerals. Their heads were bedecked with the peacock feather, and they were garlanded and covered with cloth and golden ornaments. Now, Prabhupada is writing something about glories of Krishi Goraksha Vanijam. So, Supreme Personality of Godhead has instructed in Bhagavad Gita, Krishi Goraksha Vanijam Vaishya Karma Subhavajam. Farming, cow production, the cow production in the middle, it means farming should be based on cow, and Vanijya means business should be on the cow products and on the agriculture which is based on cows. So the cow is in the middle because the business should be based on the cows and agriculture should be based on the cows. Farming, cow production, and the trade are the qualities of the work for Vaishyas, which means mercantile class. Nanda Maharaj belonged to the Vaishya community, the agriculturist community. How to protect the cows and how rich this community was are explained in these verses. We can hardly imagine that cows, bull, and calves could be cared so nicely and decorated so well with the cloths and valuable golden ornaments. How happy they were, how happy these cowherd people were. As described elsewhere in the Bhagvatam, during Maharaj Yudhishthir's time, the cows were so happy that they used to muddy the pasture grounds with milk. This is Indian civilization. Yet in the same place, India, Bharatvarsha, how much people are suffering by giving up the Vedic way of life and not understanding the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. verse next. Now, first cows and then cowherd men. Maharaha vatsra branaha khanchuko shinaha bhushitaha gopaha samayaya rajan manapayan paniyaha. O King Parikshit, the cowherd men dressed very opulently with valuable ornaments, garments such as coats and turbans, decorated in this way and carrying various presentation in their hands, they approached the house of Nanda Maharaj. It said the elderly people, they were waiting when Yashoda will give birth to the child. They had made all the nice cloth they were keeping in their boxes. And today is the day they took all the cloths out and then decorated themselves, and they came not only empty-handed. In their hands they brought the gifts. That is the word. They brought the gifts. Prabhupada writes, when we consider the past condition of the agriculture in the village, we can see how opulent he was, Nanda was, simply because of the agriculture products, produce and protection of cow. How they are happy. At the present, however, the agriculture having been neglected and cow protection given up, the agriculturist is suffering pitiably and is dressed negligently from cloth or torn cloth. This Prabhupada is saying these farmers are now having torn cloths. This is the distinction between the India of the history and the India of the present day. By the atrocious activities of the Ugra Karma, ghastly activities. Cow slaughter is one of the Ugra Karma. Industrial, nuclear bombs is another Ugra Karma. How we are killing the opportunity of human civilization. 7 verses. Laghu Vaishno Toshni says 7 verses show that all of Gokul had the highest attraction for Nanda and Yashoda. After performing auspicious acts in their houses, in their own houses, after performing auspicious acts in their own houses, such as cleansing and sprinkling with water their own house, they came to Nanda's house. The description of the cowards indicate their great joy. They dressed in cloth and ornaments kept carefully in their houses because they were so valuable. They had valuable jewels in their hands, which they would offer to Nanda. These are the gifts. Sukdev Goswami addressed Parikshit, O king. Another meaning of Rajan. Rajan means king, and Rajan also means one who shines. Raja means one who shines with great love. What it indicates are the Rajan can modify man upayan panayaha. What it means? They held various gifts which were shown. Shown means which were like shining. So one meaning of the Rajan is king, and another meaning of Rajan is gifts in their hand were shining. It means they were of gold. They are valuable jewels. They were shining. The word Gopaha, protector of the cows, indicate that they had a natural affection in their heart. Another meaning is that by their great prem, they nourishes the earth, go. They nourishes earth. This is another meaning of Gopa. How many meanings of a Gopa do you know? Please share your meaning of Gopa? Haribol? Yes, Prabhus? Devya, meaning of the Gopa? Gopa or Gopi?
Confidentiality is also there, the meaning.
One meaning of the Gopa or Gopi is protector of the cows, that is okay. The other is one who's protect the earth is a go, yes.
Then is confidentiality.
One who keeps the Krishna confidential is called also Gop and Gopi, very good. Because Krishna came from Mathura to Dwarka to remain confidential, hidden from the Kamsa. So one of the meaning of Gop and Gopi is to keep Krishna confidential. Yes, three meanings. Fourth very, very good meaning, Gopa. Go means senses and pa means drinking. Those who can directly drink the beauty of Krishna with their eyes, the song of the flute of the Krishna with their ears, smell the fragrance of the Krishna with their nose, they touch the Krishna's body, that all the senses were directly drinking the beauty of Krishna. There is also the meaning of Gopa. Is it okay? Verse number 9. Now the gopis are coming, and there are 2-3 verses given to the gopis. The gopis, the wives of the coward men, were very pleased to hear that Mother Yashoda had given birth to a son. And they began to decorate themselves very nicely with proper dresses, ornaments, black ointment for the eyes, and so on. Gopya referred to chiefly to the sister-in-law of Yashoda. Refers chiefly to the sisters-in-law of Yashoda, as well as others. The women include the wives of Nanda's brother, Upananda, Sunanda, Nandan. The word cha indicate all the others. The cowherds had first, cowherd herds first, and then the woman, since they were inside the house. The cowherd heard first about the birth of Krishna. Then the ladies heard because they were in the house. They also were overjoyed. This is described hearing of the birth of the son to Yashoda, who gave fame to the Vraj, who had no son. They were overjoyed because of their natural prem, love, for her means Yashoda, and the son Krishna. Therefore, they decorated themselves with cloth and cosmetics. Verse 10. What was in their hands? How they looked? Sukdev Maharaj says, their lotus-like faces extraordinarily beautiful, being decorated with saffron and newly grown kumkum. The wives of the coward men hurried to the house of Mother Yashoda with presentation in their hands. Because of natural beauty, the wives had full hips and full breasts, which moved as they hurried along. And Prabhupada writes the purport about the natural beauty of woman. And Srila Prabhupada writes here, the coward men and women in the village lived a very natural life. In 60s, even nowadays in 60s, the best gym, which means exercise, for the female was churning the milk, churning the yogurt to make the butter. A best exercise to make her beautiful, chest beautiful, face red without any dye or something. And for the male, fetching the water from the well or using the pump. These were the best exercise for male and female, and also grinding the wheat for the flour to make the chapatis. This was the best exercise for the mothers, and men is the bringing water. But now Prabhupada says this life is finished. Practically speaking, say 50 years back, we have all these things commonly in our whole village. There were 4 or 5 cows every house has. Mother usually get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, first grinding the grains for the making fresh, cold pressed flour without burning the nutrients, and then they used to churn the yogurt and the fresh butter, and with that fresh flour and fresh butter, they used to make the tiffin for the student going to the school, and the male people used to bring the wool from the well, the wood from the forest, and this was a natural life which we lived there, and we have seen this life. And Prabhupada is writing, this is His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj used to say, those who have never lived in village, they will never understand Bhagavatam. Because Prabhupada writes, coward man and woman in the village lived a very natural life, and the woman developed a natural feminine beauty with the full hips and breasts, because women in modern civilization do not live naturally. Their hips and breasts do not develop this natural fullness. Because of the artificial living, women have lost their natural beauty. Although they claim to be independent in a Western world and advanced in material civilization. This description of the village woman gives a clear example of the contrast between the natural life and artificial life of a condemned society, such as that of the Western countries, where topless, bottomless beauty may be easily purchased in clubs and shops and for public advertisements. The word bali bhihi indicate that the women were carrying gold coins, jeweled necklaces, nice cloths, newly grown grass, sandalwood pulp, flower, garlands, and similar offerings on plates made of gold. Such offerings are called bali. The words Tviritam Jagmuhu indicate how happy the village women were to understand the mother Yashoda and had given birth to a wonderful child known as Krishna. They were running there towards her house. So here the meaning of Bali Bhis is described as exactly same Prabhupada has written, and almost same thing. Verse number 11, still gopis.
Prabhuji, what does this mean? Newly grown kumkuma. What is how is kumkuma is grown?
Oh, newly grown grass must be there. Newly grown kumkuma, grinded. Newly grinded. It should be grinded. I think it should be grinded. Let's see.
In the translation.
Translate kumkum should be grinded, I think. Lotus face gobi asnali, beautiful, being decorated with the saffron and newly grown kumkum. Okay, yeah.
Saffron it also called.
Prabhuji has plants. Kumkum has plants, and there were flower grooms, and from that this is made.
And I have not seen this. I cannot comment on actually what this saffron. I know, huh? Sindoor is not kumkum. I think kumkum is something different. It's called sindoor is also called kumkum, but it is not applied on the chest. Usually kumkum on chest is considered is applied on face and chest. Anybody has any idea, or we can do more research about what is kumkum, newly grown kumkum? Saffron and newly grown kumkum.
In the word for word, it says kumkum flower.
Yeah, kumkum flower, which is newly grown, it means.
Right.
So there should be some flower, which is, I think I'm saying this is a village beauty. And then they are used by the villagers, all the coward were villagers So that I think we are modern people of modern cities. We will and cannot relate to this. Let us do a little research afterwards about this kumkum. Very nice question.
He refers to saffron.
Sorry.
It's saffron only. Kumkum is just saffron only.
Saffron.
Ashwagandha.
Uh, saffron, Prabhuji.
No, saffron is different. Saffron we know. The saffron grows in Kashmir. Kashmir, yes.
This is kumkum flower, or botanical known as Crocus sativus. It is also known by other names like kesar.
Oh, kesar, kumkum, and yeah, it could be like kesar. Kesar is perfect word. Saffron is called not kesar. It is called saffron is also called kesar.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhuji, this kumkum and lime is mixed together, then the turmeric and lime mixed together becomes yellow. Red. This is what I read from the internet. I don't know the actual thing, but they say turmeric and lime, that sodium, I just get
Okay.
calcium hydroxide.
Okay.
When it is mixed together, it turns the turmeric to red color. So this is something I found online.
That's called kumkum. But then how come it will be the newly grown?
Yeah, so turmeric is grown, right? Turmeric is grown. It comes from the. We have that harkunt, we say.
No. We are using fresh turmeric. I know fresh turmeric is two types, yellow and white.
Yeah, so it is grown. So maybe freshly grown turmeric, and when mixed with that calcium hydroxide, makes it kumkum, the red colored kumkum.
We are aware that this turmeric is always used with some paste for beauty of the face. During the marriage time, this haldi means turmeric. And there is a haldi, special, there's one full function, it's called haldi function. So this is appropriate. Haldi has so many other things added into it. That is what is called this kumkum, it actually means. Okay, some more research.
I am looking at the verse here. It says Nav Kunkur Kinjalka. So Kinjalka actually is like, it means chef. In many places, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kinjalka is translated.
Nava kunkama kinjalika mukhapankaja bhutaya. Nava means new. Kunkam kanjalik. Kanjalik means saffron.
And then kumkum means flower. Kumkum flower.
Kumkum flower. Kumkum flower. Okay, sir. Kanjalik means saffron and newly. So there are two things. Nava, kumkum, kanjalik. So saffron and newly grown kumkum flower.
If kumkum when dries off, it becomes saffron. It's the same thing. Okay,
right. So what is kesar? It means whole kesar is dry thing and kumkum, huh?
Yeah, that's what appears. I'm looking at the internet stuff. Kumkum flower, most likely this refers to saffron, the source of spice saffron in some context.
Right, okay.
Kumkum flower when dried it becomes the kesar.
So
I see that Kinjalika is the flower pollen.
Okay.
Lotus flower pollen.
That's also called kanjalik.
So something I found that way.
Yeah, I mean any flower which has inner side is called kanjalik. It's like that. Pollen part of the flower. So I think if we agree, it is saffron, right?
Yeah, that's why the history of kumkum kesar stretches with thousands of years.
Yeah.
Kumkum is synonymous with kesar.
But usually when we read kumkum, we are thinking of this vermilion powder red, which the married women put on their imparted between hairs, but actually this is for the beauty of the face. This is haldi and saffron, and this is for the beauty of the face actually.
Yes, Prabhu, Sindoor is different, Kumkum is different.
Right.
And he recently planted plant which has a Sindoor plant. Recently he planted, gifted to somebody because of this Operation Sindoor.
Okay. Okay. I am going to the next verse. Their faces were beautiful because of the fresh kumkum made of saffron. See, Jiva Goswami is writing fresh kumkum made of saffron, and their great joy. They came with gifts. So kumkum is made from saffron, right? Okay. Their faces were beautiful because of the fresh kumkum made from saffron. Same thing is read. Their faces actually become beautiful because of their great anurag. Anurag means highest level of the love for Krishna. They went quickly, holding gem-studded tray of the white rice, even though they had wide hips. Their breasts moved to express their extreme longing to see Yashoda and her child. Now, the beauty of the gopis when they are moving. In the ears of the gopis were brilliantly polished jeweled earrings, and from their neck hung metal neck lockets. Their hands were decorated with bangles. Their dresses were of varied colors, and from their hair flowers fell onto the street like showers. Thus, while going to the house of Maharaj Nanda, the gopis, their earring, breast, and garland moving were brilliantly beautiful. Srila Prabhupada writes, the description of the gopis who were going to the house of Maharaj Nanda to welcome Krishna is especially significant. The gopis are not ordinary women, but expansion of Krishna's pleasure potency, which means Radharani. They are kaya vihu of Radharani. Gopis of Vrindavan are kaya vihu. Kaya means bodily, body, and vihu means expansion. So all the gopis are expansion of Radharani, and Radharani is pleasure potency of Krishna, as described in Brahma Samhita also. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavita pratibhavita bhavita abhistabhiya eva nijarupaya kalabhihi golok eva nivastya akilatma bhuta govindamadi purusha. In the next verses, Chintamani parkasad masu kalpa vriksha lakshavrteshu surabhira vyapalayantam lakshmi sahasra shatsamra sevyamanam. So, Krishna is always worshipped by gopis wherever he goes. Therefore, Krishna is so vividly described in Srimada Bhagvatam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also described Krishna in this way: Ramaya Kachid Upasana Vrjavadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita. All these gopis were going to offer Krishna their presentation because the gopis are eternal associate of Lord. Now the gopis were more jubilant because of the news of Krishna's appearance in Vrindavan.
Gopis were young girls or old ladies?
There are both groups. Here, mostly these are friends of Yashoda. Though the beauty of the gopis has been described already, because of their great devotion and because he felt somewhat unsatisfied, Sukhdev, with that description alone, Sukhdev elaborate further. Shikha refers to gopis tied up hair. Now, these are elderly gopis of Yashoda's age. And now the next verse will say, when they came to Yashoda, Yashoda says, you are coming from outside the street. And my child is just newly born, and there may be some bad, effect on my child. I don't want to show you my child. Then they said this verse. Tasisha pranjayan sa chiram pahi balake haridraha churana tailabhi sinchayan ajanma ujjago. Oh, we have come here actually with, see what we have brought. Haridra. Haridra means turmeric. Taila, churana, tail adi. So we came here for protection of Krishna, offering blessing to the newly born child, Asisha. Krishna, the wives and daughters of the cowherd men. Wives are friends of the Yashoda and their daughters are the young gopis. May you live, may you become the king of virgin long and live long, maintain its inhabitants. They sprinkle mixture of the turmeric powder, oil and water upon the birthless, ajanma, birthless, supreme Lord, and offered their prayers. So they said, no, we have brought, see, these things just to save the child from the bad influence. So don't worry. We are here to give the child blessings. Entering the maternity ward. It means just Krishna is born, so they are entering. The Gopas were sitting with Nanda outside, but they went inside to the Yashoda. The Vrja Gopis said, may you protect us, Krishna. This means that Krishna, who is the son of king, should protect them when he assumed the throne. Another reading is out of parental affection, because the gopis are elderly. The gopis offered Krishna the blessing, saying, Chira Jiva, may you live long life. Then, going outside, the elderly gopis celebrated Krishna's birth by singing loudly and sprinkling each other with the mixture of oil, water, and turmeric. Out of joy, they say, may you protect the people. Another version is, Jiva, may you live long. This is out of the compassion. They sprinkled Vishnu Ajanama with water and turmeric for auspiciousness. Now, next verse. Verse 13. Now that the all-pervading, unlimited Lord Krishna, the master of cosmic manifestation, had arrived within the estate of Maharaj Nanda, various type of musical instruments resounded to celebrate the great festival. Now the festival starts. When everybody came, now festival starts. And that festival is called, we'll read next. Now Prabhupada is writing, Krishna appears yada yada dharma, says purpose of appearance is to re-establish the Dharma. And then Srila Prabhupada writes, whenever Krishna comes, once in a day of Brahma, this is about Nandanandan Krishna. He only comes in one day of Brahma. Other incarnations are coming oftentimes. He comes to the house of Nanda Maharaj in Vrindavan. Krishna is the master of all creation, Sarvaloka Maheshwara. Therefore, not only in the neighborhood of Nanda Maharaj's estate, but all over the universe. And in all the other universes, musical sounds celebrated the auspicious arrival of the Lord. Where are the musical instruments heard? In the heavenly planet, on the earth, and even in the hell. Ananta is unlimited. Because Krishna is unlimited musical instrument began to sound. Instruments were played by musicians. There were various instruments such as veenas, drums, flutes, kartals, and gong. Beside the variety of instruments, there was variety in how the musician played that. When the musician of the village played, All others in the universe also played spontaneously. The reason is given. This was at the festival greater than any other Maho Utsava. The reason for the festival was given. Krishna, Bhagavan, had personally appeared with the glory of his attractive qualities. He had all influences, Vishveshwara, and had unlimited power and sweetness, Anante. He had appeared in his own place, supreme place, endowed with an ocean of nectar of highest prem, Nandasya Vrajam. Instead of you, she appeared sometime. Agate means came is seen. Verse number 14. Now is actually festival starting. In a gladness, the cowherd men enjoyed the great festival by splashing one other's body with the mixture of yogurt, condensed milk, butter, and water. They threw butter on one another and smeared it on the one another's body. This word, Gopaha parasparam hirishta, dahi kshira ghritambo. Dadhi means yogurt, kshira means milk, and ghritta ambu. Ghritta means ghee. Ghritta means butter or ghee, and ambu means water. When they all four things are mixed, that is called ghritambu. And this ghritambu, the festival starts when there were so many Gopa and Gopis come. This we have seen the whole Brij Gop and Gopias came, but the festival will only start when this full part, earthen part of Ghritambu on the head, Kirti Mata, the mother of Radharani, along with Vrishabhanu and his associate from the Raval, they come to visit Nanda Baba for this appearance of Krishna. At that time, Nanda Baba has to take a stick and break that part on the head of Kirti the Ma. And when this is the beginning of that festival called Nand Utsav, and after that, what they will do? Asinchanto vilampanto navanitas. Then they will throw the butter and everything on one another. And this festival, when it starts actually in the courtyard of Nanda, it becomes a full milk ocean. And at that time, this Puranmasi will come and tell Nanda Baba, okay, now you have a son, so you have to dance. This is the best time. And at that time, Nanda was in the middle, and they have a big cloth tied to the west of Nanda, and one side is a group of the male from Nanda Baba's village, Gokul, and other side is the Gopas from the Vishwanu Maharaj, and then used to pull, and Nanda Baba is like Mandra mountain, and the whole courtyard is like a milk ocean. And this churning has started here, but here the churning rod is not an inert mountain, but here is Nanda Baba's churning rod, and therefore not the poison came out of this churning, but Nanda Ahlad. Ahlad means the joy is born out of that milk ocean. And this milk, when it was going and entering into the Jamuna, which is by nature bluish black, has become completely white. How long? Till Prayagraj, whole Yamuna's water was white. This was the greatest festival, and this is what is described here. And Prabhupada is again speaking about abundance of the milk, abundance of the butter. So Prabhupada writes, from this statement we can understand that 5,000 years ago, not only was there enough milk, butter and yogurt to eat, drink and cook with, but when there was a festival, it would be thrown about without restriction. There was no limit to how extensive milk, butter, and yogurt and other products were used in the human society. Everyone had an ample stock of the milk, and by using it in many varied milk preparation, people would keep good health in natural way and thus enjoy life in Krishna consciousness. They were throwing butter. A very old, at that time, Dwapar Yuga means over 900-year-old lady. She has seen the birth of Nanda Baba also. She also came to this festival. She has no teeth. So somebody threw the butter and she was saying, wow, big festival. And butter entered directly in the mouth of that lady. Oh, he said, this is the best festival. Even the elderly person standing so far away is also not hungry and is getting a big chunk of butter to swallow. So this was a wonderful festival. And here, Chakraparti Pad says, this Chikishpu means the elderly people, they slipped in that butter and some fell down. That it means, Kshipita means moving feet as hands. It means they fell down. Some fell down. Okay, next verse will say something very interesting. Nando maha manastebhyo vasho alankra godhanam suta magada vandibhyo ye anya vidyo upajoyivana jivinaha taishtaihi kamahi aditatma yatho uchitam apujyat vishnu aradharya arthai. Prabhupada will write, all these function has to please with Vishnu. But why Nanda Baba is doing all this? Last word. Swaputra, for his own just newly born son. Udhyaya, for his benefit, for his good health, for his everything good about him. The great-minded Mahamana, whose mind is completely absorbed in Krishna, and who is so magnanimous, he has, say if he has 100 rupees, he is able to spend 500 rupees because he has a big heart. Gave clothing, ornaments, cows and charity to the coward men in order to please the Lord Vishnu, and thus he improved the condition of his own son in all respect. He distributed charity to the Sutas, to the Magadas, to the Vandis, and the men of all other professions according to their educational qualification, and satisfied everyone's desires. Prabhupada writes, Srila Prabhupada says, although it has become fashionable to speak of Daridra Narayan. Daridra means poor, Narayan means Supreme Lord. The word Vishnu Aradhan Arthaya do not mean that all the people satisfied by Nanda Maharaj in his great ceremony were Vishnu. No. They were not Daridra, they were not poor people. Nor were they Narayan, neither they were God. Rather, they were the devotees of Narayan, and by their educated qualification, they would satisfy Narayan. Therefore, satisfying them was an indirect way of satisfying Lord Vishnu, because Vishnu says, Madhbhakta puja adhikaha, which means worshipping my devotees better than worshipping me directly. Varna ashram system is entirely meant for Vishnu Aradhana, worship of Vishnu. Varna ashram acharta purushena parhapuman Vishnu aradhyate. The ultimate goal of life is to please Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. The civilized man or materialistic person, however, does not know this aim of life. Nate vidhu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. One's real self-interest lies in satisfying Lord Vishnu. Not satisfying Lord Vishnu, but instead attempting to become happy through material adjustment, bahir arth manena, is the wrong way for happiness, because Vishnu is the root of everything. If Vishnu is pleased, everyone is pleased. In particular, one's children and family members become happy in all respect. Nanda Maharaj wanted to see his newly born child happy. That was his purpose. Therefore, he wanted to satisfy Lord Vishnu. And to satisfy Vishnu, it was necessary to satisfy his devotees, such as the learned Brahman, Magad, and Suta. Thus, in a roundabout way, ultimately it was Lord Vishnu who was satisfied. Mahamana means very generous. Nanda Maharaj, who was very charitable, gave lavishly to all in abundance. Birjvasi usually say like this. Nanda Baba said, take whatever you like. So somebody was taking silver and somebody met him. Oh, you got silver. From where? Nanda Baba. Oh, gold he's distributing. Why you took silver? So he threw the silver there and he went there and took gold. And he was taking gold and somebody said, oh, from Nanda Baba gold, what you are doing? Oh, there are pearls there, jewels there. He threw that in the street. So in all streets, the next verse will say, Rama Kirda. The Lakshmi was playing in all the streets. Every place there you can see abundance things. The whole bridge become the play for Lakshmi's pleasure. So next verse will say this. So he gave lavishly to all in attendance. Vidya upajivinasa, which means educated professionals, refer to those who made a living by dancing, singing and playing instruments, teaching scriptures and use of the weapons. Tais kamai means whatever was desired or asked, Nanda Baba gave them. Nanda Maharaj gave suitably according to the level of one's knowledge and reputation. Since all in attendance were devotees of Vishnu, Nanda Maharaj gave them charity in order to please Vishnu and thereby bring happiness and auspiciousness to his newly born child. Nanda Maharaj thought, may Vishnu be pleased by my charity and by his pleasure, my son will be blessed. Laghu Bhagavat Vaishnav Toshani says, he gave cloth and other items such as gold to the coward man and woman, to the bards and to the singers and musicians as appropriate. He worshipped them appropriately. He was naturally generous but now become most devoted Mahamana. As previously mentioned, because of his devotion to Krishna, his qualities of generosity and wisdom increased immensely. He was not satisfied with giving, but whatever he desired, he gave. Whatever they desired, he gave. He worshipped them according to the caste, age, and knowledge. He respected them with garlands, sandalwood, betel nuts, and invitations. The purpose of giving is mentioned. It was for satisfying Vishnu, not for going to the Swarga, heaven. Since he was the highest Vaishnava and had reached the end of desiring any object, he gave for the welfare of his son. May Vishnu be pleased with this charity. May my son be prosperous by this his Vishnu's mercy. By worshipping Vishnu, by that prosperity there would be manifestation of Krishna's form, qualities and pastime in his house. Mahamana can also mean that his meditation become great because of developing attraction to Krishna. Sukdev has established the conclusion by meaning of this verse. For the word cha means api to indicate Nan's rare position of getting Krishna as his son. This is established in the later verses. O learned Brahmans, Mother Yashoda's breast milk was sucked by Supreme Lord. What was auspicious activities did she and Nanda Maharaj perform to achieve such perfection in ecstatic love. This is another verse will come in chapter 8. 9. Nemam vrancho na cha bhavo na shri api anga sangshriyah prasadam lebhiri gopi yatatpa aprapa vimukta muktidat. Neither Lord Brahma nor Shiva, not even goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Lord, the deliverer from the material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. O respected Nanda, certainly you and Mother Yashoda are the most praiseworthy persons in the entire world, since you have developed such a loving attitude towards Narayan, the spiritual master of all living beings. 10:46-30. Brahda Vaishno Toshani. I think we should finish our quota. 17. Now, everybody was in festival, but Rohini was not there. Madhu Balram's mother, Nanda Baba, immediately noticed that, and he went and he was telling to Rohini something. Rohini cha mahabhaga Nanda Gopa abhinandita yacharadaha divyavasa sarkah kantha bharanam bhushita. Because Vasudeva was not there, so Rohini was not coming in festival with decoration. So Nanda Baba, when he said, Yashoda is right now in maternity home. Who will receive all these guests? You are the owner of this house. Why don't you are coming there? Please come. And then the most fortunate Rohini, the mother of Baldev, was honored by Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. And thus she also dressed gorgeously and decorated herself with necklace and garland and other ornaments. She was busy wandering here and there to receive the women who were guests at the festival. This is Nanda Baba told, so she came. Otherwise, usually, the woman whose husband is not there will not go for such things. Rohini, the another wife of Vasudeva, was also kept under the care of Nanda Maharaj with her son Baldev. Because her husband was imprisoned by Kansa, she was not very happy. But on the occasion of Krishna's Janmashtami, Nandotsav, when Nanda Maharaj gave dress and ornaments to the others, he also gave gorgeous garments and ornament to the Rohini so that she could take part in the festival. Thus, she also was busy receiving the women who were guests. Because of her good fortune in being able to raise Krishna and Balaram together, she is described as Mahabhaga, greatly fortunate. Mahabhaga, most fortunate, Rohini is addressed as the most fortunate because among all of the Vasudev's wives, she alone attained the opportunity to see Krishna's childhood pastime. Nanda Gopa means Nanda Raj. For the word Gop also means king. According to the Amarkosh dictionary, Go means earth as well as cow. So Go means protector of earth, which means king. Abhinandita, honored. This means that Nanda praised Rohini, saying, because of your coming here, my child was born. Virachita indicate the Rohini went around giving proper respect to the assembled woman. Rohini was decorated with beautiful cloth and ornament given by Nanda and Yashoda. Absorbed in the bliss of celebrating Krishna's birth, Rohini forgot about her separation from her husband and her sorrow over her husband's condition in prison. Rohini means sheep who produce royati, great bliss. Rohini means one who produced great bliss. Now the meaning of her name had reached perfection. She had She had great fortune than Vasudev's other wives, and even Devaki, because she attained the sweet pastime of Krishna and Balaram by the birth of Balaram to her and by the birth of Krishna to her dear intimate friend Yashoda. Nanda, the king of the Gokul, welcome her very by saying, only by your coming to Vraj have I been able to have a son. The word Gopa can mean king. Okay, same thing. Now the last verse for today.
Prabhuji, one question.
Yeah.
This day when we have Nanda Maharaj celebrating, so was Vasudev still in the prison? Because after the Durga Devi appearance, Nanda Maharaj, Kans relieved both of them.
That's right, but if he comes to the Nanda's house, then secret will be open that why he's gone there. There is something. Yeah. So he was out, therefore he will come next day. Means after celebrating this festival, Nanda will go to the Mathura and then Vasudeva will come and meet him in a garden outside the Mathura, where he has his bullock cart parked. And they have a talk with him. So he was free. But he cannot come and join this festival because otherwise Kansa will have the doubts about everything.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, he was out, therefore he will meet. O Maharaj Parikshit, the home of Nanda Maharaj is eternally the abode of Supreme Person of Godhead and his transcendent qualities, and therefore always naturally endowed with opulence of all wealth, yet beginning from the Krishna's appearance there, it became the place for pastime of goddess of fortune. This is what I was saying. Harihi nivas atmaha gunai rama kirda abhun nirpa. All the demigods came to witness this in the form of Brahmans and something like that. In a joking mood, the Brajbasis will say, O Shankarji came on his Nandi bell as a Brahman, but when he saw with closed eyes, Nanda Baba was distributing cows like anything. So he was holding his bull that in a mistake Nanda may not give my bull in charity. And Parvati was holding the Ganesha because Nanda Baba was giving even elephant to the people. He said, maybe this is a baby elephant. So she was hiding the elephant under the curtain. So they many differently described this festival. And the biggest festival is Nanda Baba gave charity to the whole Braj. But the best charity Nanda Baba gave on the next day of Krishna's birth, that is Nandotsav day, is he gave Prabhupada to this world presently for us to establish Krishna conscious movement, and we are all discerning Bhagvatam. This is Nandotsav's greatest gift by Nanda Baba, to give the great devotee of Krishna from Golok to establish ISKCON and give Bhagavatam to the whole world. This is actually Rama Kirda Stali. So Srila Prabhupada writes, as stated in Brahma Santa, Lakshmi Sahasra Shat Samrab Sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham. So the abode of Krishna is always served by the hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. Wherever Krishna goes, goddesses of fortune naturally reside with him. The chief of the goddess of fortune is Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Krishna's appearance in the land of Vraj indicated that the chief goddess of fortune, Radharani, who also appeared there very soon. Nanda Maharaj's abode was already opulent, and since Krishna had appeared, it would be opulent in all respects. Same thing. On appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his father, Mishraji, is saying, people are bringing so many gifts. I have nothing to worry. As soon as Gaur Hari has appeared, all the opulences are in my house, and everything is automatically opulent. So wherever there's a Krishna, so Prabhupada used to say, Krishna has appeared in the womb of ISKCON, and therefore in the ISKCON, in the beginning, Srila Prabhupada started the movement, and it is spread, and millions and billions of worth books were distributed, the temples and farm communities developed. So this is, opulence is automatically connected with Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna Tatra, Yatra Partha Dhanardhara, Tatra Shri Vijwa Dhruva Mitir Matar Mama. Wherever there is a Krishna and is pure devotee like Arjuna or Prabhupada, all the opulences are automatically there, all the victories are automatically there. It is impossible for even Kuber to satisfy everyone's desire. How then was it possible for Nanda Maharaj to accomplish this? This verse answers the question. Vraja, which is Krishna's eternal place of residence, always increases in Krishna's qualities by its very nature. This started from the birth of Krishna, Tat Arabhaya. Krishna's home in the Nandagram became the place of pastime for all wealth. If all wealth began to play in Nanda's house, how was it possible that anything was lacking to give in charity? And Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to all the presidents of ISKCON temple that Krishna, our kitchen is, the in charge of the kitchen is Radharani. And she has thousands of Lakshmis helping her. Therefore, whoever come to our temple, he should honor Prasad. And Prabhupada gave the description of Prasad. And this Prabhupada gave the letter in 77. From Kumbh Mela, he was going on January sometime, in the middle of the January, yeah. And there was no prasad distribution, on that day when Prabhupada wanted this. And he said, for 1 hour, he called Bhagvatam, Maharaj, Prabhupada's disciple, and he said, why you have not arranged prasad distribution? He says, oh, the roads are blocked on men Snan Day. He said, why you have not organized 2 days before? So this was on his head, why the prasad? And then as soon as he reached Calcutta, he wrote a letter to all presidents that in every temple, whoever comes there should be halwa, puri, dal, pakoda. So many dishes are written there. And they should be, as soon as they come there, they should take darshan and then give them prasad. And when the prasad, if the prasad is less, prepare another batch of the prasad, and never ever be anxious, because kitchen is controlled by Radharani and millions of Lakshmis are in our service. So just organize it, Krishna will provide. So here, actually, we have finished our this quota.
I had a question.
Yeah, but I'll just read the Laghu Vaishnu Toshani for a minute.
Sure.
How was it possible to immediately decorate 2 million cows, make 7 mountains of sesame, and give in charity unlimited ornament, cloth, and decorated cows? Sukdev had said, Radha Rani Tataha Sabhut Sarva Yadvat Bhajan Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sanito Hari. O Rajdhani Tata. Since that time, the city of Mathura had been the capital of all kings of Yadu dynasty. The cities and district of the Mathura were very intimately connected with Krishna, for Krishna lives there eternally. Jayati Jananivaso Devaki Janamavado Yadu Varaha Parishata Swahi Dorabhir Asyan Adharmam Istirachara Vrajana Ghannaso Smita Sri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanita Nam Varadham Kamadevam. Krishna lives eternally among the coward men and the Yadavas, and is conclusively both the son of Devaki and Yashoda. He is the guide of the Yadu's dynasty and the coward men, and with his mighty arms he kills everything inauspicious in Braj, Mathura and Dwarka. By his presence he destroys all things inauspicious for all living entities, moving and inert, and suffering of the separation of the inhabitant of Virgin Dwarka. His blissful smiling face always increases the desires of the gopis of Vrindavan and woman of Mathura and Dwarka. He remains eternally in this situation. Sukdev calls Krishna Indra of cows and the Lord of Gokul. Gopal Tapani Upanishad says, Yo asau gopeshu tishtati, he remains eternally among the cowards. From this his birth, Vraj become prosperous with the essential qualities inherent in the Lord's abode. He become the place of pastime of served his eternal consort according to Brahma Sahanta Chinta Mani Parksad Masu. Then next verse. When Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the rasa dance, gopis were embraced by the arms of the Lord. This national favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or other consort in the spiritual world. Indeed, never was such a thing even imagined by the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planet, whose bodies, luster, and aroma resemble the lotus flower. And what to speak of the worldly women who are very beautiful according to the material estimation. This place became his place of pastime because of the appearance of Radha, the supreme consort among all the gopis of Braj, who were far superior to the woman of heaven and to the Lakshmi in the Vaikuntha. The sentence can also mean Vraja becoming prosperous from the time of Krishna's birth, because the residence of pastimes with the gopis, with the manifestation of the essential qualities of Lord's abode, means Dham descended. What to speak of Vraj become most prosperous from Krishna's birth here? It become the place of pastime of his consort, with the essential qualities of the Lord's own abode. What is impossible at this time, since all the prosperity suddenly manifests just by glance of the Lakshmi of the whole universe, Radha. In this place there were abode of Chintamani for their confidential pastime. This will be explained in the 28th chapter. This of course implies that the young girls, gopis, also took birth at this time, taking the meaning of the Rama Kiranam to mean all the wealth would be repetitive, since Samardhiman was already mentioned, and to say that phrase means pastime with the woman other than Radha would be vague. Otherwise the word Atma would be meaningless in the phrase Harera Nivas Atma Gunaihi. Other interpretations are the same. Okay, what is the question, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, my question is, here it is said that wherever there is Krishna, where there is the Lord, Lakshmi Devi also resides, so there is opulence. So my question is, I mean, we are all devotees. Krishna is there within our heart. So why are we not getting opulent? I also get this question asked to me by sometimes various family members that, all right, you do all this Hare Krishna, you are doing all these things. Why then you don't get more and more success? So
Success in what? Success in what?
Okay, Prabhu, so let's change the question of success. I mean, just let's come to why is it when devotees, if they are where Krishna is there, Lakshmi ji is there. So then why are we not getting opulent? Why are we not getting wealthy, rich?
Oh, this is the one question which is in the end of the 10th chapter. You will come across the devotees of the Vishnu, though Vishnu has a Lakshmi with him, but the devotee of Vishnu was poor. On the other hand, the Shiva has nothing for himself, but his devotees are very rich. This is a typical question with a contrast. Shankar has nothing, but his devotees are opulent. And Vishnu has Lakshmi, but his devotees are poor. Why is that? And then the answer given is the Virkasur pastime. I don't know why this pastime is narrated in this story there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says opulence, the greatest opulence is to be devotee of Krishna. So if somebody is saying you are Hare Krishna, that is the greatest opulence. the material things are immaterial because devotees are never deprived of anything. Whenever there's a need for anything, Krishna will definitely provide. There's no doubt about that. But he will not give the material wealth, because this is the one verse I can quote from 6th canto of Srimad Bhagvatam. You have done this, if you remember. Vritasur was telling to the Indra that I am the follower of Sankarshan, and Sankarshan never gives the wealth to his own, to those to whom he consider his own. He never give wealth, because wealth has 7 defects and it ruin his spiritual life. The words are there. There are 7 words there, and then the 11th canto you will come across 14 defects of the wealth. So
Canto 6, text 21.
yeah, what I'm saying is, therefore, Krishna can give all the opulence. Like Prabhupada says, I started the movement with 40 rupees and now I have 40 billions worth of Krishna's property, because nobody can earn this much in so small time. So Krishna can give unlimited to the devotees, provided devotees use everything in service of Krishna. It's like that. His father may be billionaire, but he will give to the child his pocket money, which may be 100 rupees or 1000 rupees. But when he become trustworthy son, then he can give the whole checkbook, signing authority, and the key for everything. Depending upon our devotion, when we become trustworthy for Krishna, then everything will be provided. Hare Krishna.
Somehow, Prabhuji, somehow the answer to me, I mean, I keep hearing this answer many places in ISKCON. But I'll just be direct, so apologies, because I just say...
It's okay.
It sounds to me like a very apologetic answer. I mean, because if it is said very clearly, like, even here, like whatever we have been reading in today's purports and everything, like, Nand Maharaj's home, like, there is all this opulence. If you go to the ISKCON temple in Mumbai, there is this one like Dharma kind made where Lord Vishnu is there, and from his navel Lakshmi ji is there. And if you read Prabhupada, as then again quoted from Srimad Bhagvatam, where he says the opulence of a materialist is limited, but of a devotee is forever. So, I mean, when one looks around in ISKCON, so, I mean, so many devotees we see, and why then is not, our devotees not becoming opulent? If devotees can use that wealth in service of Krishna and many things. So why it doesn't seem like, oh, you are saying that wherever Krishna is present, wealth is present. Then we give examples. Sometimes you say Tirupati temple, you see in the temple there is so much opulence. Then you're giving example of ISKCON also, wherever you started, so much wealth was flowing and everything. So why is why we become so apologetic when we say, okay, about because whatever the opulence one can come out of devotion, because where Krishna is there, Lord Goddess Lakshmi is also there. So why, be apologetic about that?
I think you have answered yourself. Wherever there is a Krishna, there is a opulence. So wherever our temple, they are very opulent. It doesn't say that the people who do the devotion will be opulent, but where Krishna resides, that place will become opulent. And the devotees live there, they are automatically opulent because they have all the facilities. The biggest people may not do what we are doing in our temple every day. The richest people cannot afford to do these things, what we are doing every day, feeding thousands of people, and so many devotees are every day, taken care of all over the world. So wherever there's a temple of Krishna, there's a abode of Krishna, and there's no scarcity of anything.
So you're saying ISKCON can be opulent, but ISKCON's devotees can't be opulent.
ISKCON's devotees, if they live in ISKCON, they are also opulent.
Prabhuji, can I give a live example?
Yes.
Prabhuji, Prabhuji, we came from US and we had a target that this much we have to save before moving back to India, and we did not reach that target. And when we came back, we were ready to come without a job. But my husband's boss, he gave him transfer to India, and within 1 year, you can't imagine, within 1 year, his investments, they boomed so much that 10 years he wouldn't have made in US, he made it within 1 year. Because, we, whatever,
One,
I mean,
1 hour devotee says, I can travel 10 times to the US and Europe, and so many people who are working overseas cannot afford to travel once in a year even to see their parents. So who is opulent? Devotee is opulent. I mean, you are telling about the money, but I am telling without money, I don't have anything in my pocket, but I am traveling all over the world. I never used a penny from my pocket, but I am traveling all over the world. So Krishna is provided you are sincere. There's no scarcity of anything. Every day I am traveling in a new car. Every day I am living in new bungalow. Every day I am having a different type of dish from a different world. There's no problem for me at all. I mean, Krishna is providing everything, definitely speaking. We don't have money, but we have Krishna. And then everything with Krishna is with us. That's what is the problem?
So, Prabhu, I think that is what then should be what, if anybody asks us, that is what then we should be saying. That, all right, wherever there is Krishna, there is opulence. Yatra Yogeshwar Krishna.
Right, yeah, there is the answer. It's not that devotee of Krishna become rich.
So then our answer should be, so then we should not be apologetic.
No, not at all, not at all.
No, like as Mataji said, so if you are a devotee, you're praying to Krishna or whatever you need in your life, whatever opulences you need, Lord will provide. Not that, but you're a devotee, Lord won't give you money, but he's other thing, but he gives opulence, but somehow, you are that outlier to whom he will not give. So I think that what I hear from ISKCON again and again, I think is not what we should be saying. That's what my personal thinking is, because Lord gives opulence, he will give you whatever you need. We should have that, full conviction that opulence will come.
Krishna is there, all opulence are there. If we are Krishna conscious, there's no worry, no scarcity. Krishna provide everything. I think tomorrow, we end class here. Tomorrow, we have some sort of small cruise, or maybe I will be late coming. So I will let you know, maybe 1 hour we can have a class. And day after tomorrow, I'm traveling by 6 o'clock. I have a flight from here, which means for 5 hours I will be in a plane. I will reach to India by 10 o'clock Indian time. So for tomorrow, I will try to at least 1 hour squeeze somewhere to continue. But one day we are missing, so then we'll make up in next week.
Take class from the cruise.
Huh? Oh yeah, I told them somebody that please arrange some network that we can do that class. From anywhere I can do this, provided at least we can reach to the restaurant. I can start class from restaurant. But let us see what is Krishna's plan. We'll try. Please grant me the dust of your lotus feet. Oh, somebody is writing. Always Prabhupada's lotus feet is available for all devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Vancha kalpatru vyasya kripa sindhu vyaivacha patitanam pavane vaishnavyo namo namah. I thought I can do more verses, but I could not. These 18 verses are very wonderful verses actually. Utsav. We use all these things, stories and other things. So, Herdha Gaur, how are you?